What's up, YouTube? Tim is here, and happy holidays. Now, with 2024 just around the corner, there are lots of movies to look forward to in the new year. So here are my official, not top 10, not 20, my official top 100 anticipated movies set for release in 2024. Because there are lots to look forward to in the new year. So here are my official top 10, or top 100, I'm going to say. Number 100 is a movie titled Dear Santa. Now, this is directed by Bobby Farrelly, who's best known for directing movies with his brother Pierre Farrelly. Of course, together they both put out movies such as There's Something About Mary, Dumb and Dumber 1 and 2. But they've been mostly doing movies separately. Like, it seems like brothers nowadays or directing brothers nowadays are mostly doing movies separately. Like the Coens have been doing it, the Saffies seems to be doing it. So, cool, I guess. But of course, Pierre did movies like the greatest beer run ever. He of course did the Oscar-winning film Green Book, while his brother Bobby Farrelly just put out that Woody Harrelson movie Champions, which is pretty decent. Uh, and if you guys don't know much about the story of this, it stars Jack Black, who's of course reuniting with Bobby because they worked on the movie Shallow Hal together. Who remembers Shallow Hal? Now, here's the synopsis here. A young boy accidentally mixes up his spelling and sends his Christmas list to Satan instead of Santa. So Jack Black going back to doing a film featuring the Satan. Obviously, remember Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. Now this is supposed to also feature the likes of Keegan Michael Key, a little bit of Super Mario's brother reunion, by the way, Post Malone, and Brian Howie, who of course is best known for the Netflix series Ginny and Georgia, which she's good on. So I'm all for this. It sounds like it'd be lots of fun. Jack Black is always uh, it seems like Jack Black is having a little bit of a comeback now. I mean, between like Super Mario Brothers, Kung Fu Panda 4, now this. It's really nice to see Jack Black really coming back into his own because I've always liked Jack Black. So I'm all down with this. This sounds like it could be lots of fun. So hopefully it could be cool. All right. Coming in at number 99, I'm going to go with Leo and Stitch. Now, I still don't even know if this is really coming out next year. I mean, I don't know, like, how, because of course they did halt production because of the SAG strikes and everything. But they're saying they're supposed to be aiming this thing for a summer 2024 release. So maybe they were already like they finished filming and all. But now of course Leo Stitch is based on the very popular Disney film, which I know lots of people always poo poo on Disney remakes. This one actually piques my interest because it's being directed by Dean Fleischer Kemp, who directed one of A24's best films in recent years, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, which is excellent. Of course, it's also featured the likes of Zach Galifianakis, Billy Magnuson, Courtney B. Vance, with original cast members such as Tia Carrere, Amy Hill, Jason Scott Lee. And I'm actually interested to see where they're going to take this one to. I'm really curious to see what Stitch is going to look like. Uh, I mean, sometimes it's okay. Sometimes live actions could be hit and miss sometimes, but hopefully this one could be a hit because it's got the director of Marcel the Shell with Shoes on behind us. So I have some hopes for this one. All right, 98 is going to be unpopular, but I don't care what you say. The unpopular is not. Number 98, I'm going with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. I know lots of people probably rolling their eyes. If people's watching this, they're most likely rolling their eyes, be like, really, Winnie Blood? I don't care what anyone says. I had a fun time with that Winnie the Pooh scene, the first Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movie. This time around we're supposed to be getting Tigger involved, and I feel like this Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey sequel could maybe even better than the first film. I mean, one of which they got this actor named Simon Callow, not to be confused with American Idol boy Simon Callow. But this is pretty much a Tony Award winning actor. I don't think he'll like sign on to something like Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. Uh, like he's literally a Tony Award winning actor. He's been like Shakespeare based stuff. He's been doing stuff since like Amistad from uh he's been doing stuff you know uh like ever since like Amistad from from like the 1980s. So this could be interesting to see. Of course, we're supposed to be having Tigger getting into the action here, so yeah, I'm all for this. I'm hoping this is something good, but we'll see. All right, 97. I'm gonna go with Dogman. Now, this is directed by Luc Besson, who is best known for directing The Professional. He also put out The Fifth Element. He's done some really cool stuff before, and it stars Caleb Landry Jones from Get Out fame. Now, here's what the film's about. A boy bruised by life finds his salvation through the love of his dogs. A boy, and this definitely has like a bit of like a taxi driver Joker vibe. Just from they of course just dropped a trailer not so, like a couple of months back, and I am getting major taxi driver and Joker vibe from the trailers. It really cool to see Luke Besson's going back to his core with these type of roles like he did with the professional and stuff like that. So I think this could be interesting to see. So hopefully it can be good. All right, coming in at number 96, I'm gonna go with a movie titled The Actor. Now this is directed by Duke Johnson, who is best known for directing who is actually best known for directing the movie Anna Melissa. Remember that puppet movie from like 2017, I think it was. And this stars Andre Holland along with the likes of Gemma Chan, Joe Coyle, Toby Jones, Tracy Ullman. Now, here's what the synopsis is about. When New York actor Paul Coe is being and left for dead in 1950s Ohio, he loses his memory and finds himself stranded in a mysterious small town where he struggles to get back home and reclaim what he's lost. And this sounds like it'd be really intriguing. Of course, Duke Johnson's last movie was pretty much animation, so I'm curious to see what he could do with like live action here. And this sounds like it could be lots of interesting. So I'm all for this, so hopefully it could be good. 95, I'm of course going with The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. The untold story behind Helm's deep hundred of years before the fateful war, telling the life of blood-soaked times of its founders, Helm Hammerhead, the King of Rohan. Now we of course have Miranda Otto, who's reprising a role from the Lord of the Rings franchise. We of course got Brian Cox coming in. This is actually supposed to be anime, not animated, anime. So I'm interested to see what the animation is going to look like. We haven't really had a Lord of the Rings anime film since I believe the 1960s or 70s. I think it was the 70s, right? So I think this could be interesting to see. Of course, Lord of the Rings now is very popular on TV, which it's not that bad of a show. I mean, it's not great, but it could have been better. So hopefully this movie could maybe bring the Lord of the Rings back to its core. And of course, Warner Bros. Is doing like a whole new Lord of the Rings reboot, so we're gonna be seeing Lord of the Rings in the near future. All right, number 94. I'm going with the Book of Clarence. Now, this of course comes out next month. The Book of Clarence is pretty much a biblical film about a struggling down on his luck man named Clarence living in 29 AD Jerusalem looks to capitalize on the rise of Jesus Christ by claiming to be a new Messiah sent by God in an attempt to free himself in death and start a life of glory for himself. Now, this is actually directed by James Samuel, who, of course, directed that Netflix Western movie, The Harder They Fall, which was really good. Um, this, of course, is actually produced by Jay Z, who's also doing the music for this. Cast members include the likes of Lakeith Stanfield, Omar Sy, RJ Kyler, David Aliello, Tiana Taylor, really nice to see her doing more stuff, Caleb McLaughlin, James McAvoy, Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, lots of cool cast members in this. I mean, sometimes the biblical stuff could the biblical genre could be a hit. Sometimes, like most recent, that Journey to Bethlehem was just garbage. But hey, I really quite like what James Samuel, who's of course a music director. I like what he was able to do with a western like The Heart of the Forest. So seeing him go to the musical route, not music route, but I don't think this is gonna be a musical, but be a biblical route with this could be cool. You know, you got Lakeith Stanfield, who I like. I like the other cast, so I'm all for this. This could be interesting, or it could be terrible. We'll wait and see. I mean, this might actually be a little offensive too. So we'll see. Number 93, I'm gonna go with Borderlands, based on the very popular video game franchise. But set in the abandoned fictional planet of Pandora, not to be confused with Avatar's Pandora, where people search for a mysterious relic. The cast members includes Kate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, Jamie Lee Curtis, again with Jack Black here, Ariana Greenblatt, who's pretty much having a year with Ahsoka, Barbie, Haley Bennett, Gina Gershon. Now this is also technically directed by Eli Roth, but he ended up leaving almost halfway because of his commitment with Thanksgiving that he just did. So the one who's actually helming this more is Deadpool director Tim Miller. So similar to when like Zack Snyder ended up leaving the directing duties to Joss Whedon for Justice League. This is a little similar situation here. Um, but yeah, I'm actually intrigued to see this. We're supposed to have Kevin Hart in this, which I love Kevin Hart, but he's supposed to be playing like this buff military guy. I love Kevin Hart. Don't get me wrong. I just still don't know if I can really see him as this military guy. You know, but maybe he could surprise me. Who knows? Of course, you got Kate Blanchett, who's one of the greatest actresses there is. Uh, you know, Jamie Lee Curtis is in this, so I don't know. It could be something interesting to say. 92, I'm going to go with a Netflix movie called His Three Daughters. Now, this just premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival with some rave reviews. And it stars the likes of Elizabeth Olsen, Natasha Lyonne, and Carrie Coon. Attends captivating and touching portrait of family dynamics with Coon, Olsen, and Leon as sisters who converge after their father's health declines. This is directed by Azelle Jacobs, who is best known for directing movies such as The Lovers, French Exit, and Terry. So some really cool stuff there. So I sound like interesting. It has, of course, got some rave reviews at the film festivals. Nice to see Elizabeth Olsen really branching out from her Marvel role because Elizabeth Olsen has done stuff before Marvel. So I'm glad to see her really move away from Scarlet Witch and doing more different stuff here. So this could be interesting to see. All right, number 91. I'm gonna go with a movie called Sacramento. It's directed by Michael. I can never pronounce his last name. Michael Angelano. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It also got Kristen Stewart, Maya Erskine, Michael Cera, and here's what it's about. Ricky, who's an engineer and free-spirited young man who convinces Glenn, his longtime friend, who settled into domestic life, to go on an impromptu road trip from Los Angeles to Sacramento. I love a good road trip film. Michael Adriano, who of course is in Oppenheimer, he was in Sky High. He's been in some other really cool stuff here and there. Of course, Chris Stewart, who's in a lot of cool stuff too. So I think this could be interesting to check out. So here we go. Number 90, I'm gonna go with The Wolfman. Now, of course, if you guys don't know much about The Wolfman, this is of course pretty much based on the this is of course based on the iconic Universal monster. This is of course being directed by Leo Whannell, who is best known for directing who obviously is best known for directing like The Invisible Man, Upgrade. Of course, he wrote like the very first Saw movie. This also stars like Christopher Abbott, being produced by Blumhouse, who last time they did a monster movie was The Invisible Man, and that movie was excellent. So I'm all for this. Of course, it is about a man who becomes afflicted by an ancient curse after being bitten by a werewolf. So that could be interesting to see. Of course, this was supposed to have star Ryan Gosling at one point, but let's be real. This movie's probably not going to be expensive, and Ryan Gosling is a little bit expensive. So yeah, and of course, it's got Christopher Abbott, who was just in Poor Things, so got some interesting stuff on board. Like this literally came out of nowhere too. Like I actually had this list a couple of months ago, and I didn't and I pretty much decided to add the Wolfman because the news came out like literally a couple of weeks ago, which that literally just came out of nowhere. I mean, I knew the movie was happening and everything, but the release date came out of nowhere, I should say. So yeah. Anyway, I mean, this thing about Blumhouse, like I was even gonna add Five Nights at Freddy. Spoiler: alert, Five Nights at Freddy 2 is not on this list because I don't even know that's gonna make its 2024 release, but they're saying they're playing on it, but we'll see. All right. But hey, thing about Blumhouse, like they make their movies very cheap. Like they could shoot their films like in March and be able to make its October release because these movies do not cost much to make. I mean, I guess like with the Wolfman, just like makeup and everything, it's not gonna take you a lot of time to do. So, all right, number 89, I'm gonna go with The Instigators. It's directed by Doug Liman, who's been hit as before. um, Follows two robbers who must go on a run with the help of one of their therapists after a thief doesn't go after death doesn't go as planned. Now this stars Matt Damon and Casey Affleck with Hong Chow, Paul Walter Hauser, Alfred Molina, Ron Perlman, and Jack Hollow, who you know, maybe this is those times where Jack Hollow is more better as a supporting and not the lead because last time he led a movie was White Man Can't Jump remake, and yeah, that we don't talk about as god awful, but hopefully maybe he's better like as a supporting and not as like front and center. But this is Doug Liman, who of course directed Matt Damon in the very first Bourne movie. He of course did stuff like Go. He has another movie I'm going to talk about here in a bit too. So he's put out some really cool stuff. So hopefully this could be interesting to see. All right, 88. Speaking of Doug Lyman, I'm gonna go with to quote Peter Griffin, Roadhouse. That's right, we got Roadhouse coming out next year. Of course, a remake of the iconic Patrick Swayze rough and tough action flick, starring Jake Gyllenhaal as an ex UFC middleweight fighter who ends up working at a rowdy bar in the Florida Keys where things are not as they seem. You also got like Conor McGregor, Darren Barnett from Never Have I Ever fame, Billy Magnuson. So we got some interesting cast members in this. Of course, the original Roadhouse is so iconic. It's one of the most manliest movies of the '80s with Patrick Swayze. So who knows? Maybe this remake will be terrible. Grant, maybe almost all these movies could be terrible. That's always a possibility. But it could be interesting to see. You got Jake Gyllenhaal, who is, I think, one of the best actors there is. So maybe it'll be decent. Who knows? All right. Coming in at number 87, we have caught coming in at number 87. We of course got Mike Flanagan's The Life of Chuck. Now, The Life of Chuck is actually based on a book by Stephen King, and Mike Flanagan's pretty much done Stephen King adaptations perfectly with like Doctor Sleep. Um, that one on Netflix he did with Carla Gugino and Bruce Greenwood. Now, if you guys don't really know much about the story about this, it stars Tom Hiddleston, uh, Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill, Matthew Lillard, Jacob Tremblay, Chiwetel Ejiofor. Great cast members in this. And depicts three stories from in the life of Charles Chuck Krantz, beginning with his death and ending with his growing up in a supposed haunted house. Now, of course, Mike Flanagan is maybe one of the best in the horror business. Of course, he is obviously best known for doing TV work. with the stuff like he just had like the Foreign House of Usher, uh obviously Black Manor, like the Haunted Hill House he's done. So this could be interesting to check out. So sign me up with this one. All right. Coming in at number 86, we of course got Blessed. Now this is directed by Stephen Queen, who's not to be confused with the actor from the 60s and 50s and on. Bliss is directed by Steve McQueen, who's actually he's best known for directing the Oscar-winning film 12 Years a Slave, Widows, Shame. So he's put out some like some really terrific stuff before. It stars Saoirse Ronan, Harris Dixon, who's having a really great career. Like, cannot wait to see the Iron Claw. I was gonna see that today, but I'm gonna see that sometime this week. Um, the film follows the stories of a group of Londoners during the events of the British Capitol bombing in World War II, and this I think could be interesting. Of course, nice. Now nice to see like Steve McQueen coming back here. He's obviously put out some really cool stuff. Of course, you got Shiv Sharon, who's always great. So this could be interesting. Check out here. All right, number 85. I'm gonna go with A Different Man. Now, this stars Sebastian Stan as well as Renette Renslave and Adam Pearson, who you might remember from that not so good Scarlett Johansson movie Under the Skin, which was pretty terrible in my opinion. Uh, it tells the story of Edward after undergoing a facial reconstructive surgery. He becomes fixated on an actor in a stage production based on his former life. So this is pretty much supposed to be like a sci-fi based story here, and I don't know. It sounds like it'd be interesting to see. I like Sebastian Stan. Like he's supposed to be like have some interesting face structure here. It's supposed to like look very unrecognizable. So could be intriguing to see. All right, number 84. I'm gonna go with the film The Gorge. It stars the likes of Miles Teller, Anna Taylor Joy, and Sigourney Weaver. And it's actually being produced by Apple, and being directed by Scott Derrickson, who's of course last directed The Black Phone, which was terrific there. All right, now as for The Gorge, it's about two very dangerous young people who desperate to corrupt the lethal world they operate in, find a soul in each other. So yeah, this sounds like it'd be intriguing here. Of course, Miles Teller, I think, is obviously one of the best actors in the business today. He's great in Top Gun Maverick, Whiplash. I mean, one person that will tell you how best he is, of course, J.K. Simmons. So this could be interesting to check out. Apple has been putting out some intriguing stuff here, so hopefully this could be interesting. Maybe this will be one of the films that will actually go to both that will actually go to theaters and not straight to Apple, but we'll see. All right, number 83. This is a little bit of a cheat because it's more like a trilogy, so I'm just gonna put them all in one, and that is the Strangers trilogy. Now, if you guys don't know much about the Strangers coming out, a young couple drive cross country towards a new beginning. Unfortunately, they have no choice but to stop in a secluded Airbnb in Oregon to endure a night of terror against three masked strangers. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Of course, the last two strangers were really cool. This is supposed to be like a whole new rebooted trilogy. With all three movies coming out in the same year. You of course got Madeline Patch from Riverdale fame, being directed by Rennie Holland, best known for obviously best known for directing Deep Blue Sea, Cliffhanger, and all. So this is I'm all for to see. I'm hoping this it could be good, but like all three could be good, but we'll see. All right. Number 82, I'm gonna go with the film Lisa Frankenstein. Of course, directed by Robin Williams' daughter, Zelda Williams. starring Catherine Newton and Cole Sprouse. Speaking of Riverdale. Now here's what the film's about: a coming-of-age love story about a teenager and a crush who happens to be a corpse after a set of horrific circumstances bring him back to life. The two embark on a journey to find love and happiness. So that could be interesting to see. The trailer, of course, looks really decent. Looks a lot of fun. So I don't know, it could be interesting to check out. All right. Coming in at number 81, we got David Cronenberg film here, and that is The Shrouds. David Cronenberg, obviously one of the most iconic film directors there is, from The Life of the Fly. Of course, he just gave us Crimes of the Future. Here's what the film's about. Kosh is a businesswoman, grieving widower, a businessman, I should say, and a grieving widower who builds a device to connect with the dead inside the burial shrouds. It's got Diane Kruger, Guy Pearce, and famed French actor Vincent Cassel, who you might remember from Black Swan fame. And I'm all for this. It really sounds like David Cronenberg's wheelhouse. Definitely sound. I mean, doesn't say if it's gonna be a bi horror or anything like that, but hey, this could be very creepy to check out. You know, I mean, it definitely sounds like it could be David Cronenberg's version of the Black Phone. I'm getting a bit of a Black Phone vibe here, but other than that, I'm all for this. I'm hoping it's great. David Cronenberg, could usually always knocks out of the park. So, all right, number 80, we got The Front Room. It tells the story of a young and newly pregnant couple who is forced to take an alien who is forced to take in an alien estranged stepmother. It's directed by the Eggers brothers, and stars Brandy. Of course, coming back to horror since I still know what you did last summer. Catherine Hunter and Andrew Burnett. This is, of course, being released by A24, who, hey, could be a hit and miss with their horror, but when they hit out of the park, they know how to hit it. And I don't really know too much about this. I mean, forced to take an alien stepmother. My guess is maybe the stepmother is like creepy or something like that. What's it with people like? What's it with Hollywood and doing horror movies about old folks? Is beyond me. But hey, I'm all for this. So give me a call. Number 79, I'm gonna go with the Toxic Avenger. Now this actually premiered at Fantastic Fest, a couple months back, and it's actually got some really rave reviews. Like people are really loving this remake. Of course, this is a updated version of the Toxic Avenger from the 1980s. Um, and it's produced by the original director Lloyd Kaufman, directed by Macon Blair, who's best known for directing "I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore." Got Peter Dinklage playing the title role. We also got the likes of Jacob Tremblay, Taylor Page, Kevin Bacon, Julia Davis, Elijah Wood, and it's where a horrible toxic accident transforms downtrodden janitor Winston Goose into a new evolution superhero, the Toxic Avenger. I cannot wait to see what the whole guy is gonna look like. What Peter Dinklage is gonna look like with his disfigured face. Beyond me, I'm from that little teaser that got released a couple of months back. It looks like it's gonna be gory. We're gonna be in a lot of fun here. So I'm not gonna lie, does that besides Deadpool 3 and Joker 2, this might be my third anticipated comic film coming next year. I'm not lying, like this could be interesting too. I mean, it's always cool to see more comic book adaptations that's not just DC or Marvel or anything like that. So this could be interesting. All right, because I mean, it's crazy to believe, but there are more comic books than just Marvel and DC. Like, there's Vertigo comics, there's like other comics here and there. But hey, uh, I like Marvel and DC. Don't get me wrong, but it's always nice to see other comics for a change getting adaptation. But anywho, number 78, I'm gonna go with Spellbound. This is directed by Vicky Jensen, who is best known for directing the first Shrek movie. Now this features the voices of Rachel Zegler, Nicole Kidman, Harvey Bardem, and I know the name Rachel Zegler is gonna turn lots of heads because let's be for real, people are just people just got hair out for no reason. It's sad, but whatever. We also have Jordan Fisher's in this. Spellbound follows the adventures of Elaine, a princess who must go on a daring quest to save a daring quest to save her family and kingdom after a mysterious spell transforms her parents, the king and queen of Libera, into monsters. Now, this was originally supposed to be released by Apple, but instead it's actually going to be released by Netflix. Um, of course, it's supposed to be released by like Skydance Animation, so it could be interesting to check out. I'm hoping it could be good. I like the voice sounds. The little picture they showed looked interesting, so hopefully it could be cool. All right. 7-7, I'm gonna go with a film called We Live in Time. Now, I don't know what this movie's supposed to be about, but the reason why I'm interested in this, it stars Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh, and after seeing how good chemistry they had at the Oscars, which I believe was last year, if I'm not mistaken, I cannot wait to see how good their chemistry is gonna be in this. It was being released by A24, directed by John Crowley, who directed movies like Brooklyn, The Goldfinch, which was not so good. Brooklyn was good, but The Goldfinch with Ansel Elgort, that was terrible. Close Circuit, Boy A, he's done some hits and misses there. So I don't know what this is supposed to be about. If I have to guess, maybe a time travel romance movie. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's like a new version of the time traveling's wife. I have no idea. It doesn't have Rachel McAdams in it, so I don't know, but we'll see. Number 76, I'm gonna go with a movie called Here. Now, this is directed by Robert Zemeckis, and I really want. Now, of course, lots of people are gonna be like, "Oh, please, Robert Zemeckis has not put out anything good lately." I don't care what anyone says. I did not mind his Pinocchio film. Like, sue me, I don't care. His Pinocchio movie was not so bad, but I still like Robert Zemeckis nonetheless. Whenever Robert Zemeckis does a movie, I will watch it, no matter if his last movie is terrible or not. The Witches was terrible, but he's of course obviously gave us stuff like Back to the Future trilogies, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Forrest Gump, and the reason why I'm excited for this one, not because Robert Zemeckis is attached, it stars Tom Hanks, of course reuniting with Zemeckis. They obviously worked together on Forrest Gump, Castaway. Not only are they reuniting, it's being scripted by the same writer of Forrest Gump, and it also has Robert Wright coming in, who of course obviously Jenny from Forrest Gump. So we got a major Forrest Gump reunion here. It's being directed by the same director, written by the same writer of Forrest Gump, and starring Forrest Gump and Jenny reunite for the first time in about like 30. Holy cow! Forrest Gump next year, guys, is gonna be 30 years old. Hey, I love Forrest Gump, by the way. Now as for this movie, by the way, the story covers the events of a single room and inhabitants spanning from the past well into the future. We know how good Rob Zemeckis does with sci-fi with Back to the Future, so I'm all for this. Hopefully, it could be a dream. All right. We also got a movie titled Baby Girl coming out. Despite the risks and prejudices of begins on a very successful CEO begins an affair with her much younger intern. Despite the risk, and this is being directed by Bodies director Helena I can never pronounce the last name. Reed John, featuring the likes of Nicole Kidman, Harris Dixon, again, really cool year. Talk to Me star Sophie Wilde and Antonio Banderas. After watching Bites, I'm excited for this. I thought Bites was excellent. Cannot wait to see what the director could do next. So hopefully it could be a train. All right. Number 74, I'm gonna go. The trailer, of course, for this just got released, and that is Love Lies Bleeding, directed by Rose Glass, who who of course did that like A24 horror film. Dang, I forgot the name of it. Oh, that A24 horror movie. The dang, I forgot the name of it. But Love Lies Bleeding, of course, has like Kristen Stewart in it, along with like Kay O'Brien, and it's where like a gym manager, Lou, falls hard for Jackie, and Bobby Bro headed to town to Vegas in pursuit of her dream. But their love ignites violence, pulling them deep into web of Lou's criminal family. And so, oh yeah, it's Saint Maud. That's the film she did. I totally froze up on the name there. But Saint Maud was actually a really cool but weird horror film. Uh, the trailer, of course, looked really cool. Sounds like it'd be lots of interesting, lots of fun, interesting. So definitely getting a bit of a Bound vibe there. So I'm all for this. Hopefully, it could be interesting. All right, number 73. I'm gonna go with the greatest hits. Now, this is directed by Ned Benson, who's best known for directing the Rigby movies, those films that had like James McAvoy and Jessica Chastain in them. Now, this stars Lucy Boynton, who you might know from Bohemian Rhapsody fame. Our new Superman himself, David Cornsworth, Justin H. Who is of course just in like that Random Park movie, Shortcomings. Now, here's the synopsis here. Harriet, played by Lucy Bolton, finds art imitating life when she discovers certain songs can transport her back in time, literally. While she relieves the past true romantic memories of her former boyfriend, her time traveling collides with a bottom new love interest in the present. As she takes her journey through time, she must consider whether or not she could change the past. That there sounds intriguing. Just from the synopsis alone, that piques my interest. Uh, Sounds original, by the way, for anyone who says Hollywood doesn't have original content anymore. Uh, really nice to see David Cornsworth doing stuff before we get to see him as Superman, so that's interesting. So I think this could be intriguing to see, so hopefully it could be cool. Number 72, we got the Karate Kid relaunch. Of course, this is supposed to have Jackie Chan coming in as Mr. Han from like 2010's remake, with Ralph Macchio as Danny LaRusso. I cannot wait to see what they're gonna do with this Karate Kid. Seeing like you know Ralph Macchio coming back as Danny LaRusso should be intriguing to see. Of course, obviously, I still don't know if this is gonna be set in the same world of Cobra Kai. Like, will the upcoming final final season of Cobra Kai like launch us into like this new Karate Kid? I don't know what they're doing here, but you got Jackie Chan involved. So sign me up for this one. All right, 71. We got Red Wine, which I still don't know what this is supposed to be about. But it is a Christmas movie starring Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans, Kerner Shipka, J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus, which we've obviously seen J.K. Simmons do Santa Claus animation. Now we're gonna see him do Santa Claus live action. Of course, we've got like Bonnie Hunt as Mrs. Claus, being directed by Jake Kasdan, who of course directed Dwayne Johnson in the Jumanji movies. I don't know what this is gonna be about, but hey, I'm all for this. Dwayne Johnson in a Christmas movie. Sign me up right there. Him teaming up with Chris Evans piques my interest. J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus piques my interest. So I'm all for seeing what this is. All right, number 7, we got Bob Marley, One Love. Of course, this is a biopic about famous reggae singer Bob Marley, directed by Renato Marcus Green, who directed Will Smith to an Oscar win for King Richard. We also have Kingsley Ben-Adir, who's playing Bob Marley. Lashana Lynch is also in this. The trailers have looked really terrific. I love a good music biopic. And Kingsley Ben-Adir is really obviously he was just in Secret Invasion and Barbie. The guy's having a really cool career with playing real life people. You know, this guy played Barack Obama. He's played Malcolm X, and now he's playing Bob Marley. I don't know who else he's gonna play in the near future, but I'm all for that. So, and of course, the trail's great. So, I think this could be interesting to check out. All right, number 69. I'm gonna go with film Tired Freaky Tales. Now, this is directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, who of course directed the first Captain Marvel. Their other credits also includes the Ryan Gosling movie Half Nelson, the Zach Galifianakis and Emma Roberts film It's Kind of Funny Story, and the Ryan Reynolds movie Mississippi Grind. Now, here's what the story is about. The film depicts four interconnected stories taking place at real locations and during real historical events in 1987 Oakland, California. It's got the likes of Pedro Pascal, Ben Mendelsohn, Jack Champion, who was just in Scream 6. Sadly, no Scream 7 as well, because that's probably never coming out. We also have, Ironheart herself, Dominic Jordan. I really want to see what else she could do where she's not Ironheart. We also have, speaking of Scream, we got Kyle Gallner is also in this. Jay Ellis, Normani. And sadly, this is also the one of the last movies with Euphoria actor Angus Cloud in it. So I'm really interested, seeing that, seeing this film, especially, to see him in this. So it sounds like it'd be really interesting. And I see Pedro Pascal really trying to do more stuff than just like Last of Us and all. I think the dude's terrific. I like the other cast members. So this could be interesting. So, all right, 80s, 68. I'm gonna go with Guy Ritchie's The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. The British military recruits a small group of highly skilled soldiers to strike against Nazi forces behind enemy lines during World War II. The cast members include the likes of Henry Cavill, Isaac Gonzalez, who I always adore, Al Richardson, who's I've been watching the new season of Jack Reacher. Holy cow, this dude's huge. Jeez, like he needs to be our new Batman. Like seriously, just look at the muscles on this dude. Definitely is our that should definitely be our new Batman. We also have Henry Golding, Alex Pettyfer, Hero Finds Tiffin. Hopefully he shows a more than just those after movies. Those are terrible. Carrie Ellis, Freddie Fox, Henry Zaga. Now, Guy Ritchie's last one, Operation Fortune, was god awful in my opinion. He did good with the Covenant though, and of course you got my boy Henry Cavill's in this. Um, so of course last of course Guy Ritchie and Henry Cavill has worked together before, obviously in The Man from Uncle. So this could be interesting to see. And we also has another movie coming out, which I don't even know if it's coming out next year, but it's supposed to be a film from Lionsgate. That's supposed to have like Jake Gyllenhaal, Henry Cavill in it. I do not know if that's really coming out next year. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be out the following, but we'll see. All right, 67. I'm gonna go with Despicable Me 4, which I like this Despicable Me franchise. I mean, I do not know what Part 4 is gonna be about. My only my only theory is that short that was shown during migration. That does look like it pretty much ties into Despicable Me 4, so maybe we're gonna have a space type thing with Despicable Me. I don't know. Are we gonna get Randy Marsh coming back as Trey Parker himself coming in as Gru's brother again? I have no idea, but we'll see. All right, 66. I'm gonna go with another anime film called Orion and the Dark. It follows Orion, a young boy who's afraid of heights, pets, and rendered nearly catatonic by the worst of War Perel's the Dark. The Dark takes Orion on a nightmare trip to prove to the youngster that only thing to fear is fear itself. Now the voice talent includes Jacob Tremblay and Paul Walter Hauser. Paul Walter Hauser is actually voicing the character of the Dark. Werner Herzog's supposed to be in this too, so that could be cool. The trailer, of course, they did drop a trailer not so long ago, and it looks like it'll be lots of fun to check out. It is, of course, DreamWorks Animation from Netflix. Who's put out some good animation stuff, so this could be interesting to see. All right, number 65. I'm gonna go with The Home. Now, this is directed by James DeMonico, who is, who of course is best known for directing the Purge movies. And the film stars Pete Davidson as Max, who realizes that the residents and caretakers in the retirement home he started working at hide sinister secrets. Now, from what I heard, it's not like obviously when you think of Pete Davidson, you think, okay, it's just a comedy and all. From what I heard, this is not supposed to be a comedy at all. It's supposed to be straight serious horror. So seeing Pete Davidson go that route could be interesting to see. But of course, what is with Hollywood and having like old people be creepy is beyond me. But hey, there have been creepy old people in horror movies for years. So this could be interesting to see. All right, number 64. I'm gonna go with Unfrosted. This stars and is directed by Jerry Seinfeld, who is obviously one of the greatest comics of all time. His show is obviously one of the greatest shows of all time. Now, here's what this is supposed to be about. This is actually a film about I kid you not, the invention of Pop Tarts. That's right. We've seen lately this year. We've seen movies about Tetris. Obviously we've seen movies about Facebook before, McDonald's. Now we got a film coming out about the creation of Pop Tarts. Uh, Here's what it's about. 1963, business rivals Kellogg's and Post compete to create a cake that could change breakfast forever. Now, again, Jerry Seinfeld both stars and directs this, so that's interesting that he's. I always thought he directed B movie, but I guess he did. But B movies. One of the few DreamWorks animation movies that is just awful. But anywho, this also has a good cast list. You got the likes of Melissa McCartney, Amy Schumer, Jim Gaffigan, Hugh Grant, James Marsden, Thomas Lennon, Rachel Harris, Christian Slater, uh, Max Greenfield. It's got some really cool cast members in this. Jerry Seinfeld doing this. This is actually based on on a comedy skit that he um made during one of his comedy specials. So I'm all for this. Just see, who doesn't love Jerry Seinfeld? Come on. All right, number 63. I'm not gonna say the full word, but this is actually a movie that I thought was gonna come out this year. But it's a movie titled Nightbeat. Now this is actually based on a book here, starring Amy Adams, and it's about an artist who pauses her career to be a stay-at-home mom who seeks a new chapter in her life and encounters just that when her nightly routine takes a surreal turn. She begins to worry that she might be turning into a dog. Now, I never read the books, so I can't really comment on that. But one thing that really piques my interest is the director. It's being directed by Morel Heller, who is best known for directing movies like that Kristen Wiig film, Diary of a Teenage Girl, which was great there. She also put out the Melissa McCartney film, Can You Ever Forgive Me, which of course got Melissa McCartney her Oscar. And she also did that Mr. Rogers film, It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which of course got Tom Hanks an Oscar nomination. So she's playing out some three really good winners. So this maybe this could be a misstep, who knows? But I'm all for this. I think this could be a drink save. All right. Coming in at number 62, I'm gonna go with film Titles. Now, this is being directed by John Watts, who of course is best known for directing the Tom Holland Spider-Man films. And it follows two lone wolf fixer who are assigned to the same job. It stars George Clooney and Brad Pitt, so that there piques my interest. It was supposed to go straight to Apple, but it looks like it's actually going to theirs from Sony. So this could be interesting to check out. Seeing like Clooney and Pitt together piques my interest. So hopefully this could be a drink check out. All right. 61, I'm gonna go with the film called Apex, which is another Apple film, which I'm pretty sure that's gonna go to the too. Now, this also stars Brad Pitt, so we got about two Brad Pitt movies here. It follows a Formula One driver who comes out of retirement to mentor and team with a younger driver. One thing that piques my interest is being directed by Joseph Kosinski, who is best known for for of course directing Top Gun Maverick. He also did like Oblivion, Tron Legacy, and stuff. Um, Now this also has like Dempsey Idris, who lots of people wants to be the new Kang. Javier Bardem, Carrie Condon. I'm intrigued to see this. Sounds like it could be easy. It could easily be like Top Gun Maverick, but with race cars instead of planes. So I'm all for this. You got Brad Pitt in this. Could be intriguing. So hopefully it could be cool. Number 60, I'm gonna go with Smile 2. I still don't know what the sequel's gonna be about, but we got Naomi Scott in this. The first film was a surprise smash hit when it got released. I cannot wait to see where they're gonna take Smile 2 at. Hopefully it could be as good as the first film, but we'll see. Number 59, I'm gonna go with Y2K. Who remember? I was very cheap. Yo, I was too young to really know about Y2K. I didn't really know much about Y2K until like the Family Guy episode. I'm like, I remember watching that one. I was like, was this a real thing? But yeah, anyway, Y2K is directed by Kyle Mooney, who you might know from SNL fame, and it depicts the projected events of Y2K actually happening while two loser friends crash a high school party in 1999. The cast list includes Kyle Mooney with Jaden Martell from It fame, Julian Dennison, who you might know from Deadpool 2 fame, Rachel Zegler, Locken Watson, who recently played Glenn and Glenda in Chucky, Mason Gooding from Scream fame, Alicia Silverstone. I mean, got some cool cast members involved in this. It sounds like it'd be lots of fun. So sign me up with this one. All right, number 58, we got the collaboration, which stars Jeremy Pope, who of course was just in that A24 army base movie. I think it was called the Cadet or something like that. But this of course has of course this actually has Jeremy Pope playing the role of famed artist John Michael Basquiat, who of course obviously Jeffrey Wright actually played one time. Uh, Now, Jeremy Poe, of course, the Inspection, that's what it was called. He was, of course, great in The Inspection. Of course, you got like Paul Bettany playing Andy Warhol. Uh, Now, this is actually based on a play of the same name, uh, with Paul Bettany and Jeremy Pope reprising the roles as Andy Warhol and John Michael Basquiat. Um, And I don't know, this could be interesting to see. I love a good biopic based story. Jeremy Pope, he was also really good in that show Hollywood on Netflix. Paul Bettany is always great. So I don't know, this could be interesting to check out. It's also supposed to have like Melissa Barrera, which hey, after the whole Screen debacle, I'll just watch her and just about anything. Melissa Barrera is just awesome. So now it's about you. Now, of course, it's about the two artists who began a successful collaboration in 1980s New York after being paired by art collector Bruno Bechelberger. So, could be a thing there. I cannot wait to see what Paul Bettany's going to fully look like as Andy Warhol. And, yeah. Number 57, I'm going to go with Venom 3. Now, we also have, like, Craven the Hunter and Madam Web coming out next year, which, I don't know, after Morbius, I don't have too much hopes for those. Now, the first two Venom movies were actually pretty decent and everything. This is supposed to have like Tom Hardy coming in, Juno Temple, Chiwetel Ejiofor supposed to be in this, so I don't know. It could be interesting. See, my biggest complaint is that it's being directed by Kelly Marcel, who's never directed a film before. She obviously wrote like the 50 Shades movies, which yeah, we don't. Yeah. She of course obviously wrote the other Venom movies. Uh, but she did do Save Mr. Banks, which was great. So hopefully this could be good. 56 we got Echo Valley, which is being directed by Michael Pierce, who directed that movie Beast. Now the synopsis for this sounds intriguing. Here's what it's about. Kate is dealing with a personal tragedy, while owning and training horses in Echo Valley, an isolated and picturesque place, when her daughter Claire arrives on her doorstep, frightened, trembling, and covered in someone else's blood. Now, this stars Julianne Moore, Sydney Sweeney, and Domino Gleeson. So, got some interesting cast members in this. Uh, Sounds intriguing. So, I always do love a good thriller. So, hopefully, this can be intriguing. Number 55, I got The Piano Lesson coming to Netflix. This is, of course, based on a Tony Award-winning play here, starring Samuel L. Jackson, John David Washington, Ray Fisher, Danielle Deadwire, who is great until Shogun Oscar nomination. Corey Hawkins, who's in The Color Purple. Stephan James, who's great. And it follows the lives of the Charles family as they deal with themes of family legacy and more in deciding what to do with the heirloom, the family piano. I never really read seen the play or anything, but I know it actually did score a couple of Tony Awards and everything. So nice to see Samuel Jackson going back into an Oscar territory because I feel like honestly, when you think of Samuel Jackson, you always go think of the Avengers and everything. Let's not forget he is an Oscar nominated actor. He got an Oscar. I believe the last time he got an Oscar nomination was for Pulp Fiction, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been years since Pulp Fiction got released. So maybe this could get his next Oscar. His only actually major Oscar when he actually got is actually an honorary Oscar, but I mean it's still an Oscar and all, but I never really consider that as like an actual win. But hey, at least he has an Oscar, but it's a shame it's not for an actual acting gig here. But anyway, 54, I got The Death of a Unicorn, which is an A24 film of which stars Paul Rudd as well as Jenna Ortega, Richard E. Grant, Taylor Leone, Anthony Carrigan. Now it's about father and daughter duo Raleigh and O'Malley who I kid you not, hit a unicorn with their car and bring it to the wilderness retreat of a mega wealthy pharmaceutical CEO. So, I don't know if it's like gonna be full on horror or anything like that. Like, is a unicorn gonna come to life and just use his horn? I don't know, but of course you got like Paul Rudd and Jen Ortega playing a fallen door duo. That's something intriguing. So, could be interesting to check out. All right, 53, I got the movie Trap, which is being directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Now, this probably wouldn't really, to be honest, before this probably wouldn't really be listed this high up because M. Night Shyamalan has done some hits and miss at the time. Obviously, his misses include stuff like The Last Airbender, The Happening, and all. But he's been making a promising comeback with stuff like, I'm not Otis I meant to say Knock at the Cabin. Uh, The Visit was great. Split, Glass. So hopefully this could be another like Split and not another Happening or but now I still don't know what Trap's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be a horror film set at a concert with Josh Hartnett coming in. So our Screen King is back here. So I don't know. It could be interesting to say. Now, of course, M. Night Shyamalan has a movie next year, but his daughter also has one, and that comes in at number 52, and that is The Watchers. It follows Mina, a 28-year-old artist, as she gets stranded in an extensive Immokalee forest in Western Ireland. After finding shelter, she becomes trapped alongside three strangers, stalked by mysterious creatures each night. Now, this does star Dakota Fanning, along with Barbarian actress Georgina Campbell. So, got some intriguing cast members in this. It sounds really creepy. They actually dropped like a poster, which looks like it's gonna be interesting. So, I'm all for this. Hopefully, it could be interesting. So, number 51 is Saw 11, which again I have no idea what Saw 11 is gonna be about. Like, I still don't even know if like Jigsaw is coming in or not. But hey, after the last Saw movie, I'm always excited for a new Saw film, so hopefully this entry will be as good as Saw 10. 50, I'm going to go with Project Anonymous. This is a romantic sci-fi film directed by Greg Berlanti, who of course gave us like Riverdale. Obviously, he also gave us stuff like Riverdale, of course, Love Simon. And it's pretty much a sci-fi. It's pretty much set like in the 1960s a 1960s space race film. So I don't know what's going to be about, but hey, I like Greg Berlanti. You got, of course, Channing Tatum, Scarlett Johansson, Ray Romano, Woody Harrelson. So I'm all for this. It sounds like it could be interesting to see. Um, so we'll see. All right. Now, 49, I probably would have had this up a little higher if it wasn't for Napoleon, being good. Uh, number 49, I'm of course going with the Gladiator sequel. Now, this again, I would have added this up a little higher, but of course, last month I saw Napoleon, and that was pretty disappointing. If it wasn't for that, being terrible, I probably would have added this up a little higher. But I still have some hopes for this. You got that Washington's in this, uh, Paul Mescal, Joseph Quinn, coming off of Stranger Things. So you got John Hansen coming in. It's supposed to be about like Falls Lucius, the son of Maximus, love Lucia after Maximus steps. So maybe it'll be better than Napoleon. Who knows? The original, of course, obviously was an Oscar-winning film, which is terrific there. So we'll actually see how the sequel's gonna shape up, but we'll see. Number 48, I'm gonna go with Ballerina. Of course, this is pretty much a spin-off of John Wick, starring Ana de Armas, who I adore Ana de Armas. A young female assassin seeks revenge against the people who killed her family. So I'm all for this. Who just doesn't love Ana de Armas? She's always amazing. Um, I just love the John Wick world, so I can always anything John Wick related. I'll just watch in a heartbeat. So hopefully it could be good. 47, of course, this was supposed to come out this past year, but it got delayed because of the strike, and that is Challengers. Now, Luca Guadagnino also has another film coming with Daniel Craig in it, but I'm actually more excited for Challengers on that one. But this stars Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, and Mike Face, and follows three players who knew each other when they were teenagers as they compete in a tennis tournament to be the world's famous Grand Slam winner every night over rivalries on and off the court. Now, Luca Guadagnino, I think, is a really terrific director. He did like the movie Bones and All, the Suspiria remake. Um, he's done some other intriguing stuff here and there. Um, of course, Call Me by Your Name was good, so hopefully this could be intriguing. Of course, obviously, the one that really piques more interest is the scenes between the three leads. Not going into details, but if you've seen the trailer, you know what's going to happen in that scene. But yeah, it could be interesting. Check this one out. I love a good tennis movie, so 46. I'm gonna go with Transformers One, an origin story set on Cybertron, home of both the Autobots and the Decepticons. The film is set to focus on the relationship between Optimus Prime and Megatron, voiced by Chris Hemsworth as Arn Pax, Optimus Prime. We also have like Brian Tyree Henry coming in as Megatron, Scarlett Johansson, Keegan Michael Key, John Hamm, Lawrence Fishburne. Uh, oh yeah, we're supposed to have Keegan Michael Key as Bumblebee. Sign me up there. So of course I'm interested to see where they're gonna take this one to. I can always see what the animation style is gonna be. Seeing of course, we have not really had like a Transformers animated film since like the 1980s, so I'm all for this. I'm hoping it's a good one, but we'll see. Number 45, I'm going to go with Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. Of course, starring Eddie Murphy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Kevin Bacon, Judge Reinhold, Taylor Page, Paul Reiser. If you guys don't know much about the story here, Detective Axel Foley, played by Eddie Murphy, finds himself drawn back in the environs of Beverly Hills to investigate the ultimately demise of a longtime confidant. Now, of course, the trailer for this got released not so long ago. I cannot wait to see this. The original Beverly Hills Cop is one of the most iconic '80s films there is. Seeing Eddie Murphy coming back could be a treating to see. So, hey, anytime you get to see Eddie Murphy back on screen, it's always given. So, hopefully, this can be interesting. All right, 44. I got the Garfield movie with Chris Pratt, Sam Jackson, Hannah Waddingham, Alex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult, Bone Yang, Brett Goldstein. Of course, if you guys don't know much about the story here, here of course you got Chris Pratt as Garfield, coming off of playing Super Mario, who's about to go on a wild outdoor adventure after an unexpected reunion with his longtime father, the cat Vic, voiced by Sam Jackson, and Garfield and Odie, who I'm guessing they're gonna be more friends in this than they were in the live action one. Are forced to abandon their pampered life to join Vic in a hilarious high stakes heist. And the trailer for this actually looks a lot of fun. Of course, Chris Pratt going from like voicing Mario to now Garfield. I don't know what's next. Stuart Little. Maybe he'll actually provide the voice in the Clifford sequel. I don't know, but Chris Pratt's really having an act voicing characters nowadays. But hey, I like Chris Pratt. Anything he's in, I'll just watch in a heartbeat. I always like Garfield. I mean, even the original Bill Murray film. Like, I had a fun time with the Bill Murray one. So I'm all for this. So hopefully it can be good. All right, 43. I'm gonna go with Twisters. Of course, a updated version of the 1996 film, which of course this actually came out not so long ago. That's actually not gonna be a sequel. More like I guess a relaunch or something like that. Um, Now, of course, it stars like this Desi Aga Jones, Glenn Powell, Anthony Ramos, Sasha Lane. Got of course, has Superman himself, David Cornsworth. I can always see where they're gonna take this one. It's from the director of the guy who just gave us Minari a couple years ago. Um, so yeah, got some great talents on board in this. The original Twister is lots of fun, so I can always see where they're gonna take this new one too. All right. Okay, 42. I'm gonna go with the. Hopefully, this finally comes out this year because I've been adding this in my top anticipated films for quite some time. Uh, Hopefully, it's finally coming out this year, and that is a movie called Sext. Now it's now this is actually being directed by Jenny Travasky, who is best known for like directing Hotel Transylvania and all. And it's I kid you not, it's about a dog called Bo, who's an average all around good dog. Discovers he's going to be neutered in the morning. He realizes he needs one last adventure with his pack of buddies, as these are the last 24 hours. So long story short, this is an animated R-rated comedy about a dog getting his you know what kind of off. And the voice talents, it has a cool voice cast here. We're talking the voice talents includes the likes of Adam Devine, Idris Elba, Catherine Hahn, Bobby Monahan, Michelle Bateau, Beck Bennett, and this is actually supposed to be like released by Sony Animation, and this is supposed to be like Sony Animation's first ever R-rated content. No, Sausage Party was not Sony Animation, so that does not count as their. That does not count. Of course, Sony Animation is best known for doing stuff like the Spider-Verse movies, which is actually supposed to be like produced by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, I believe. So, hey, after watching Strays this past year, I'm all down for another R-rated talking dog film. So hopefully this could be as good as Strays, but we'll see. All right, number 41, I'm gonna go with Ricky Stenicki. Now, Just like Bob Fairley, this is being directed by Pierre Fairley, who of course directed the Oscar-winning film Green Book, the Zac Efron movie The Great Spirit Run Effort, which I don't care what people say. I like that movie. Now, this does star Zac Efron, John Cena, William H. Macy, Jermaine Fowler, and here's what it's about. And Ricky Stenicki, when three teens pull a prank and burn down a house, they create a fake person named Ricky Stenicki to take the blame. 20 years later, they have been using his um, they have been using his alibi to get out of every uncomfortable situation in life. So yeah, of course, I'm guessing like John Cena's playing the Ricky character. Zac Efron, who's pretty hot right now, thanks to the Iron Claw. So I cannot wait to check this one out. This sounds like it could be lots of fun. So hopefully it could be interesting. All right, and that's actually going to Amazon, by the way. So now we got 40 to 1 here. We got the Electric State. Almost said Electric Slide. This is being directed by the Russo brothers, who obviously best known for directing the MCU movies like the last two Avengers movies, the last two Captain America films. They've put out some okay stuff. Like I did not mind Cherry, so I quite liked the Gray Men. I still don't know when we're getting the Gray Men sequels, but I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. See, it's supposed to have like Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, Ki Hu Kwan, Jason Alexander, Anthony Mackie, Billy Bob Thornton, Stanley Tucci, and here's what the film's about. An orphan teenager traverses the American West with a sweet, mysterious robot and an eccentric drifter in search of her younger brother. So yeah, that could be, I don't know, it could be interesting to check out. Of course, you got Chris Pratt, who I always like. Not sure if he's voicing the robot or anything, but hey, he likes voicing stuff, so I'm pretty sure he's voicing the robot. Of course, Millie Bobby Brown is great, so I'm hoping this could be intriguing. What was it? 39, I'm going to go with Kung Fu Panda 4. Of course, the new trailer, the trailer just got released, and it looks awesome. This time around, we got Poe, who on his why adventure in ancient China, whose love of kung fu is matched by only his appetite. Of course, we got like this chameleon who's able to like bring Poe's past enemies, back. So I can always see this. I like the Kung Fu Panda film, so hopefully it could be a decent one. But we'll see. 38, I'm gonna go with the Fall Guy. Now, of course, this stars Ryan Gosling, directed by David Leitch, who, of course, I love what he did with, with Atomic Blonde, Bullet Train. This is based on a TV show that starred Lee Majors. Coach Severs is a stuntman who left the business a year earlier to focus on both his physical and mental health. He's drafted back into service when the star of a mega budget studio movie, which is being directed by his ex, goes missing. We of course have like Emily Blunt, Connor Waddingham, Stephanie Susan. So we got some intriguing cast members here. So I definitely can always see where they're gonna take this one too. Ryan Gosling is having a year thanks to Barbie. We're pretty much in the Gosling science, which I'm all for. I always like Ryan Gosling. So I don't know. Hopefully this could be interesting to see, but what will I say? My only disappointment is that it's gonna be like Ray PG-13. I was hoping you're gonna be like straight up Ray or like Bullet Train, but maybe it'll still work. 37, I'm going to go with the Amy Winehouse biopic, Back to Black. Now, this is directed by 50 Shades of Grey director Sam Taylor Johnson, who also directed the John Lennon film Nowhere Boy a couple years ago. Now, this stars Marissa Abella, who plays the who plays the role of Amy Winehouse. A never before seen glimpse into the life of Amy Winehouse's early rise to fame and the release of her groundbreaking studio album, Back to Black. Now, I've always liked Amy Winehouse. I'm really interested, like, especially after watching the documentary, years ago. I'm intrigued to see how this is going to be. So, it's probably going to be really touching and very sad, especially how we know how her life ended. But hopefully it'll be interesting. I won't like just you know, it won't be like those films that just exploits her and stuff. But we'll see. I trust Sam Taylor Johnson though. She did a good job with Nowhere Boy, so hopefully it can be good. All right, number 36. I'm gonna go with Aylin Romulus, directed by Fede Alvarez. Uh, and of course, it's supposed to take place during the events of Aylin and Aylin's. Of course, you got Kelly Spaney, who's really hot right now. I think she's playing Priscilla Presley. Isabel Mercedes in this. I cannot wait to see this. Especially after hearing what Ridley Scott praised about this new Alien, that piques my interest even more. You got Fede Alvarez, who I liked what he did with Evil Dead and Don't Breathe. He also did give us Girl with Spirewebs, which that's a bad day in the office for him. So, and I actually did not mind the Texas Chainsaw produced. So hopefully this could be interesting to see. Like Fede Alvarez knows horror, and I even got more excited for this when it was announced that like the movie's gonna go straight to Deers rather than straight to Hulu. See, see how good Prey did. So number 35, I'm gonna go with the Bike Riders. Now, of course, this wasn't my list for anticipated films in 2023, but this because of the but obviously because of the SAG strike and because of Beyonce, it got pushed back. I think that has to be more with also with the Beyonce film opening that day too. But anyway, it follows the rise of the Midwestern Motorcycle Club through the lives of its members, young people from through its members here. So of course you got Tom Hardy, Austin Butler, um, Micah Shannon, directed by Jeff Nichols, who of course obviously gave us. Of course, he did put out some really cool stuff like Loving. He also gave us like Midnight Midnight Sun, I think it was called. He also put out some other cool stuff like Take Shelter. So I think this could be interesting to see. Definitely has a bit of like a definitely really has like a Sons of Anarchy vibe. So hopefully the wait for this one will be worth it. Number 34, I'm gonna go with Kind of Kindness. Now, I still don't know what it's supposed to be about, but its original title was supposed to be "And," which I'm actually glad they changed it because the title "And" does not really fit a movie. So, now this is supposed to be an anthology film directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, who just gave us Poor Things. The cast also includes Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, William Dafoe, Han Chow, Hunter Schafer. Uh, Yorgos Lanthimos, I think, is a really cool filmmaker. Of course, A Killing of a Sacred Deer was pretty good. I liked what he did with Poor Things. So hopefully this could be a really good one for him. All right, 33. I'm gonna go with an untitled Radio Silence directed monster movie. Now, while obviously how everything is ever coming, at least we do got a new Radio Silence movie coming out this year. Of course, I like what they did with the last two Scream movies. This, of course, has like Melissa Barrera, coming off of the recent Scream films. You got Dan Stevens, uh, and, the late Angus Cloud from Euphoria fame, Giancarlo Esposito. I mean, I still don't know what it's gonna be about, but it's supposed to inspire by like 1936's Dracula's Daughter, and revolves around like a group of kidnappers who abduct a young woman. Um, of course, obviously she most likely is going to be the daughter of Dracula. So yeah, this is supposed to be like a based on one of the Universal monster movies. So I think this could be a train see. I like what Ray Science did with the recent Scream. Ready or Not was a really good one. I liked Devil's Due, so hopefully this could be an interesting one too. All right, number 32, I'm going to go with a Netflix movie called The Woman in the Window. Now this stars and both directed by Anna Kendrick from Pitch Perfect fame. And this is based on a true story too about Ronnie Alaka, who was a killer in the midst of a killing spree when he brazenly took part in and won a date on the popular TV game show The Dating Game. I remember hearing this story. It is crazy to believe that this actually happened here. Of course, you got Anna Kendrick, coming in, both starring and directing. This actually premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival. I think Toronto or Venice, one of the two film festivals. With some great reviews. Being Netflix won the rights to this, so I'm all for this. Hopefully, it could be interesting too. 31, I'm gonna go with another true story based film, and that is Alter Nights. I still don't like the title, but whatever. It's being directed by Barry Levinson, who of course directed movies like Raymond, Diner, Wag the Dog, starring Robert De Niro, Deborah Messing. Now, Alter Nights is pretty much a gangster film here about Vito Genovese and Frank Costello, a pair of Italian Americans who run. Both of them are played by De Niro, by the way. So we got like De Niro playing not one but two parts here. Who run two separate crime families in the mid 20th century. Genovese attempted to assassinate Costello in 1957, although Costello retired from the mob. So, yeah, I mean, Robert De Niro back in the gangster world piques my interest right there. Obviously, best known for Godfather 2, Goodfellas, Casino, The Irishman. Anytime De Niro goes back to the gangster mafia roots, piques my interest. This was originally supposed to be titled Wise Guys, which I think that sounded like a better title. I still don't understand the Alto Knights title. I mean, maybe it's like the name of their crime family. I don't know, but it sounds more like a medieval film than a gangster film. But I don't know. We got De Niro playing two gangsters. Sign me up there. Deborah Messing is playing his wife. It'll be cool there too. So it could be interesting. I should say. All right, now from 30 to one, we got coming in at number 30. I'm gonna go with the movie F, directed by John Krasinski, of course, director of Behind a Quiet Place films. It follows a young girl who goes through a difficult experience and then begins to see everyone's imaginary friends who have been left behind as their real life friends have grown up. Now we of course got Ryan Reynolds, Fiona Shaw, John Krasinski, Steve Carell, Matt Damon. Got some really cool cast members in this. The trailer, of course, dropped not so long ago. That looks intriguing. I like the looks of it. You got Ryan Reynolds, who's always great. So I'm all for seeing this. So hopefully it can be cool. 29, I got A Quiet Place Day One. Now this is supposed to actually be like a prequel source to Quiet Place franchise, featuring the likes of Lupita Nyong'o, Joseph Quinn, Alex Wolff, John Von Hansen, Dennis O'Hare. And it's supposed to also take place in New York City as well. So, I mean, New York City is one of the most loudest places there is. So, I'm really curious to see how that's going to play upon this. So, it could be interesting. All right, 28 is another film I actually had on my anticipated list of this year. We got the A24 movie Wizards, which stars Pete Davidson, the likes of Franz Rogowski, who is great in Passages, Naomi Scott, Sean Harris, and Orlando Bloom. It's being directed by David Mitchell, who is best known for directing the Australian version of Animal Kingdom and the Robert Pattinson film The Rover. This is a stoner comedy about the problems of two unlucky beach operators starts when they find stolen loot that they should have left alone. So, hey, Pete Davidson and the stoner comedy from A24, that piques my interest right there. You got Orlando Bloom in this, so it could be intriguing to check out. So hopefully, I mean, you got A24 attached. I'm all for this. Hopefully, it's better than Dream Scenario, but we'll see. 27, I'm gonna go with Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Of course, the latest installment of the Ghostbusters franchise. When the discovery of an ancient artifact unleashes an evil force, Ghostbusters new and old must join forces to protect their home and save the world from a second ice age. And of course, the trailer that got released looks a lot of fun. I really like the Ghostbusters franchise. This time around, it's taken back to the home in New York City. So, of course, we got Dan Aykroyd coming back in this. We got Paul Rudd in this. So, I cannot wait to see where we're gonna take this one too. All right, number 26, I'm going to go with Matthew Vaughn's Argyle. Now, of course, the trailer looks a lot of fun. You got Henry Cavill, Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Rockwell, Dua Lipa, Sam Jackson, John Cena, about a spy novelist who is drawn into the activities of a sinister underground syndicate. And the trailer for this looks a lot of fun. Looks really entertaining. The humor looks cool. Dua Lipa looks great. As she always looks great. Come on. I love a good spy-based film, so this could be interesting to check out. 25, I'm gonna go with Cuckoo. Now this stars Euphoria actress Hunter Schafer and Jessica Henwick, who was just in the Royal Hotel. About a 17-year-old girl who is forced to move in with her with her family to a resort where things are not what they seem. Now this is supposed to be released by Neon. I really like Hunter Schafer. I think she's great on Euphoria, and I actually did not mind her in the recent Hunger Games film. I'm glad to see her branching out and trying more stuff that is not Euphoria related. So she's also in that Yorgos Lanthimos film as well. So hey, I'm definitely down to see how good she's gonna be in this. So hopefully it'll be an interesting role for her. 24, I'm gonna go with Sonic the Hedgehog 3. They could always delay. Granted, almost all these movies they could delay. Like I could come here like in tomorrow, and I was at almost half these are delayed. But Sonic the Hedgehog 3, of course, on the dirtiest of the Sonic franchise. We're supposed to be getting Shadow the Hedgehog, which I'm really curious to see who's going to be voicing Shadow. I can now really see where they're going to take this new one. I like the recent Sonic movie, so hopefully it could be a good one. All right, 23. I'm going to go with Bad Boys 4. Um, Now, of course, I still don't know what it's supposed to be about. Now, I know like Will Smith's name is a little problematic ever since the Oscar slap. But hey, I still do like Will Smith as an actor. I think the guy is really terrific, and I really quite like the Bad Boys franchise. Come on, you got Will Smith and Martin Lawrence coming back in this. It could be interesting to see. I'm hoping it is good. Hopefully, it brings Will Smith back to his promise. Um, but what do you want to say? All right, 22. I got Mickey 17. Now, this is being directed by Bong Joon Ho, who obviously won his Oscar for Parasite, which won Best Picture. This is based on a sci-fi novel, and the story follows Mickey 17, an expendable who is disposable employee on a human expedition sent to colonize the ice world Nephilim. After one iteration dies, a new body is regenerated with most of his memories intact. Now, the cast list includes the likes of Robert Pattinson, Stephen Young, Mark Ruffalo, Naomi Ackie, Tony Collette. So, if obviously have like Robert Pattinson in this, who I think is one of the best actors there. I'm hoping this is really cool. I like Bong Joon Ho. It'll be nice seeing him back, like his first movie since his Oscar win for Parasite. So hopefully it could be good. 21, I of course got Shirley, another film that was actually in my anticipated 2023 list, but that got pushed back. Shirley is a biopic film about Shirley Chisholm, America's first black congresswoman. It's got Regina King, who I think is one of obviously she's an Oscar-winning actress. Um, and I think this could be intriguing. This could easily be like Regina King's next Oscar win. That's a possibility there. Lucas Hedges is supposed to be in this. This is supposed to be released by Netflix, so they've this could be their next Oscar. There, I mean, it could be interesting to see. All right, number now, of course, my top 20 to 1. Number 20 is Mean Girls. I don't care what anyone says. I cannot wait to see where they're gonna take this new Mean Girls to. Of course, I love the original Mean Girls. It's such a common classic. And the trailer for the new one has looked a lot of fun. You got Renee Rapp playing the role of Jada George, Anka Rice, who I've always liked, who obviously I've always liked in the Nice Guys and it makes it or Spider-Man Homecoming, playing Katie. I cannot wait. Of course, this is more based on the musical rather a remake, so I know lots of people don't even know the difference there. But I'm hoping it is really good. It of course comes out next month, so I cannot wait to see this one. Number 19, of course, is Inside Out 2, which is a follow-up to 2015's Inside Out. This, of course, is where Molly, in her teenage year, encounters new emotions, and I wonder what some of these new emotions are going to be. Um, but hey, Inside Out, the original Inside Out is hands down a terrific film. I love the original Inside Out. Cannot wait to see this new one. I'm hoping it's as good as the original. Hopefully, it brings Pixar and Disney back to prominence. I mean, Disney struggled a little bit this year. I feel like 2024, maybe they'll come back with this and other stuff they got come. So, we'll see. 18, another Disney film that I feel like is going to bring Disney back to prominence next year, and that is Mufasa, The Lion King. Now, I know lots of people is not going to be a fan of this, but it is being directed by Barry Jenkins, who won the Oscar-winning film Moonlight, If Beale Could Talk, which of course won Regina King an Oscar. Now this is supposed to be pretty much a prequel of with like Aaron Carrera playing and Calvin Harris Jr. playing younger version of Mufasa and Scar. We also supposed to be getting like Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner coming back to play Timon and Pumbaa. Um, so yeah, I'm really intrigued to see where they're gonna take this one to. Of course, the 2019's Lion King is it's more better than most people make it out to be. I really quite enjoyed that Lion King film. I'm hoping this new one is as good. But well, I mean, Lion King obviously is literally my favorite animated film of all time. So anything Lion King related, I'll definitely give it a go. So anyway, number 17, I'm gonna go with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now, of course, the trailer for this had to look a lot cool. Of course, I quite like the Apes movies; they've been really entertaining. Um, this is where like apes civilization have emerged from the oasis to which like Caesar led his fellow apes while humans have regressed into Pharaoh's stay here, and of course when like the ace leader from Proximus Caesar, who of course is the son of Caesar, prevents the teachings of like Caesar to enslave other clans here. So yeah, I'm really good. It's supposed to be like set like 300 years after the events of War for the Planet of the Apes. So I cannot wait to see where they're gonna take this new one. I'm hoping it's as good, but we'll see. Number 16, I'm gonna go with Spaceman. Now, this is a new Netflix sci-fi movie that the trailer just dropped for this most recent. It stars the likes of Adam Sandler, Carey Mulligan, Paul Dano, Kunal Nair, aka Raj from Big Bang Theory, and it's directed by Jonah Rana, who also directed Chernobyl. This also was in my anticipated list of this past year, but yeah, that's not coming out here anymore. Now, it stars Adam Sandler as an astronaut sent to the edge of the galaxy to collect mysterious ancient dust that finds his earthly life falling to pieces. He turns to the only voice who can help him try to put it back together. Just so happens to belong to creatures from the beginning of time lurking in the shadows of his ship. And the trailer for this looked really intriguing. I can always see a new trailer for it. Seeing Adam Sandler, which I was also gonna add, like the Safdie brother film. He has also. I really don't think that's coming out this year. Maybe that or that No Baumbach film could also slip and coming out this year too. But I really don't think that's really happening. But hey, at least we got Chernobyl, which I always like seeing Adam Sandler branching out into the dramatic territory, and this looks like it'd be interesting to see him do. So hopefully it could be as good. All right, 15 got Drive Away Doors, directed by one of the Coen brothers, Ethan Coen. Now, this was also supposed to come out this past year, but got delayed because of strikes and all. It stars Margaret Qualley, Jordan Viswanathan, Benny Felstein, Pat Pascal, Coma Domingo, Matt Damon. The comic caper follows Jamie, a free spirit, wanting to get another breakup with a girlfriend, and her Demer friend Moran, who desperately needs to loosen up in search of a fresh start. The two embark on an impromptu road trip to Tallahassee, but things quickly go awry when they cross paths with a group of criminals along the way. And the trailers for this has a lot of fun. I quite like Margaret Qualley. I think she's a really cool actress to look forward to. Um, I think this could be interesting. Of course, Ethan Cohen's brother Joe Cohen did give us like the Macbeth movie with Denzel. So nice to see him branching out and directing a film of his own here too. I hope we see the Coen brothers come back together one day because who does not love the Coen brothers? But yeah, hopefully, I don't know, this could be interesting too. Number 14, I'm gonna go with Juror number 2. Now, this is about a family man, Jessica Camp, who, while serving as a juror in a high-profile murder trial, finds himself struggling with a serious moral dilemma, one he could use to sway the jury verdict and potentially convict free the wrong killer. This is directed by Clint Eastwood, and it's supposed to be his last movie. Um, but hey, Clint Eastwood, God bless him. He is literally, in his 90s and still making movies. Always nice to see a new Clint Eastwood film here. Of course, you got like Nicholas Hoult, Tony Collette, Zoe Deutsch, Kiefer Sutherland, Leslie Bibb, J.K. Simmons. I cannot wait to see this. It sounds like it'd be interesting. I do love a good like courtroom based film, so I'm all for this. Hopefully, it could be a really solid like Clint Eastwood. I'll find a film, but we'll see. 13, I'm gonna go with the movie titled Hitman. Not to be confused with the video game, by the way. Hitman is directed by Richard Linklater, who, hey, anytime Richard Linklater has a new film coming out, it'll be my anticipated film. It stars Glenn Powell, Audrey Arjona, who is great on in Andor, Rita, and here's what the film's about. An undercover Houston police officer poses as a reliable hitman to arrest those trying to hire him until he tries to save a woman in need. Now, this actually got picked up by Netflix, which, hey, Richard Linklater did that like Apollo 10 movie, which was pretty good. Glenn Powell is really hot right now. I like Audra Jonah, so I'm hoping this could be a really good one, but we'll see. Number 12, I'm going to go with the film Honor. Now, I don't know what this movie's supposed to be about, but the reason why I'm excited for it is because the director attached. It's being directed by Sean Baker, who's not really much of a household name or anything. Who he actually has a really cool letterbox account. I highly recommend checking his stuff out there. But Sean Baker is best known for directing stuff like Tangerine, which he shot on an iPhone, by the way, which was actually there. He also did like the Florida Project, which was terrific. Of course, with William Dafoe in it. And he directed one of my favorite films in recent years, Red Rocket, with Simon Rex. So anything Sean Baker directs, I'll be excited no matter, like literally no matter what it's about. And now this also stars Mikey Madison, who of course obviously played Amber in Scream 5. So nice to see her in something where she's not being burned alive. From Scream 6, Scream 5 to like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Maybe this could be her Oscar go. Who knows? But it could be interesting to see. Like I said, I have no idea what it's supposed to be about. But with Sean Baker attached, I'm all for this. Hopefully, it could be good. And it's being released by Neon, so there's that too. All right, almost done here. Number 11 is Terrifier 3. Now, of course, I love the first two Terrifier movies. The last one became one of the highest grossing independent horror films in recent years. Of course, we were supposed to get Lauren Rivera coming back, David Harron Dorn coming back as Art the Clown. I just adore these Terrifier films. They are so brutal, so gory. Definitely one of my anticipated horror films the next year. Um, I just really get a kick out of these films. So hopefully, and of course, it's supposed to be a Christmas theme, so sign me up there. All right, now here is my official top 10. Here we go. Number 10, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Of course, directed by George Miller. Hopefully, it's better than that Genie movie. That was terrible. Got Anna Taylor Joy, Chris Hemsworth. I really like the Mad Max film, so I'm hoping this is a really good one. It sounds like it'd be really intriguing. Of course, it's the origin story of Warrior Furiosa before she teamed up with Mad Max and Fury Road. Hopefully, this could be a really decent one, but we'll see. And of course, you got Anna Joy, Chris Hemsworth. So that could be a drink. Number 9 is of course Nosferatu. Now, of course, this is directed by Robert Eggers, who gave us The Witch, Northman, The Lighthouse, and it's a gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and a terrifying vampire infiltrated with her causing untold horror in its wake. It's got the likes of Bill Skarsgård, Lily Rose Depp, Nicholas Hoult, William Dafoe, Aaron Taylor Johnson. I can always see this one. Of course, the original Nosferatu is, I guess, say one of the very first mainstream horror films that came out. Um, of course, you got William Dafoe, who's always great. Um, Hopefully, Lily Rose Depp is better in this than she was in The Idol. Bill Skarsgård, playing the role. So I cannot wait to see this one come out. All right. Number 8 is of course Godzilla X Kong: A New Empire. Now, of course, this is the latest installment of the MonsterVerse. With this time around, King Kong and Godzilla pretty much teaming up this here. I cannot wait to see where they're gonna take this new one to. Like the last Godzilla vs Kong was much better than it had any intentions being. So I'm definitely excited for this one. So hopefully, and I mean, it's a great time to be a Godzilla fan with this Monarch. Uh, of, of course, Godzilla minus one. So we'll see how this one shapes up. Number 7 is of course Beetlejuice 2. Now I still don't know what the sequel's gonna be about, but we are having Jenna Ortega coming in as Winona Ryder's daughter. Michael Keaton. I mean, just think we're living in a world with Michael Keaton coming back as Batman and Beetlejuice around the same time. So that's piques my interest there. Of course, the original Beetlejuice is one of the most iconic Tim Burton films there is. Got Tim Burton coming back to direct this, so I'm hoping it lives up to the hype. I'm hoping it's a great way, and maybe just as well we could get another Precision shoot, but I highly doubt that. All right. Oh, come on. We got William Dafoe also playing a ghost here, like a ghost cop. So, what more could you ask for? All right, number 6 is Maxine, directed by Ty West, the follow-up to X, the latest installment of the X franchise. Obviously, they did Pearl, which was a prequel. We've got Mia Goth coming back as a real Maxine, Elizabeth Debicki, Moses Sumney, speaking of the idol, Michelle Monaghan, Halsey, Kevin Bacon, Lily Collins, Bobby Cannavale. Uh, as the only survivor of a massacre, Maxine sets out for fame and success in 1980s LA. I cannot wait to see where they're going to take this one to. It's supposed to be like a murder mystery film, so it's supposed to be another slash. So hoping this will I'm hoping they'll do this trilogy justice, but we'll see. All right, now 5 to 1. Number 5 is Dune Part 2. Of course, I thought the first Dune was terrific. Directed by Denis Villeneuve, Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya. So I cannot wait to check out this new one. The trailers the trailers for this have sold me. Of course, this wasn't my anticipated list of 2023, but I could have actually have watched this movie by now. But because of the strike, it got delayed. So hopefully, the wait will be worth it. Okay, we got new additions. We got Austin Butler, Christopher Walken, Florence Pugh, Leah Sedos, one more key act for. Number four is of course Megapolis. Now this is directed by Francis Ford Coppola, who gave us the Godfather trilogy. Apocalypse Now it is of course nice to see him coming back here. Uh, the cast listed in this includes Adam Driver, Forrest Whitaker, John Voight, Lawrence Fishburne, Jason Schwartzman, Grace Vanderwaal, Catherine Hunter, Giancarlo Esposito, Dustin Hoffman, and it is a sci-fi film set in New York about a woman named Julie Casaro is on the divide between loyalty to her father, who has a classical view of society, and her art attack lover Caesar, who is more progressive and ready for the future. He wants he wants to rebuild New York City as a utopia following a devastating disaster. Now, this is actually a movie that Francis Ford Coppola has been trying to get off the ground literally for decades. So I'm glad he's finally coming back with this. Francis Ford Coppola, obviously one of the greatest filmmakers there is, so I cannot wait to see this one with Coppola attached. Love the cast. Hopefully, the movie does make its 2024 release, but we'll see. Number three, I'm gonna go with Joker 2, which is still titled Joker Fele a Diox, which I'm just calling Joker 2. Like, I won't be surprised if they change the title, but we'll see. Of course, we got Joaquin Phoenix coming in. Lady Gaga coming in as Harley Quinn. I just love that. The first Joker movie was terrific. One Joaquin Phoenix, his first ever Oscar. Lady Gaga playing Harley Quinn. This new one piques my interest there too. Todd Phillips coming back to direct could be cool. It's supposed to be a musical one as well, which I'm interested to see how they're gonna do that. So I'm hoping this one will be as good as the first film, but we'll see. All right, now my number two is Wicked Part One. Of course, this is based on a very popular, Broadway musical. If you guys don't know much about the story in this, it revolves around Ophelia, a green-skinned woman, and explores a path that leads her to become the Wicked Witch of the West. Now, of course, you got Ariana Grande in this. You also have like Cynthia Erivo, Jonathan Bailey, Ethan Slater, Jeff Goldblum, Michelle Yeoh's in this. And it's of course set in the Land of Oz. Obviously, Wizard of Oz is my favorite movie of all time. So seeing anything Oz related, that will pique my interest right there. I never really seen the Broadway show itself because Broadway tickets are not cheap. But hey, I have of course heard the music. It's one of those iconic Broadway shows of all time. So seeing like it come to light as a film adaptation really piques my interest. And of course, you got John M. Chu who directed In the Heights, which was terrific. So I'm hoping this one is as good, but we'll see. And of course, part two comes out in 2025. So we're gonna get like two more here. And of course, my number one anticipated film coming out in 2024 is Deadpool 3. I mean, I know lots of people are just gonna be like, "Oh wow, how shocked he's excited for it." His anticipated one is a comic book film. I don't care what people say. I cannot wait to see Deadpool 3. Of course, this is really the only MCU film next year, so come on, take that for granted. So, um, obviously Captain America got delayed, loads of other ones. So, really, this is the only MCU film we got next year. So, yeah, but of course, we've got Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. We're supposed to get some other iconic characters coming in. Jennifer Garner is supposed to be a multiverse thing. I cannot wait to see where they're gonna take this one to. I just love the Deadpool films. I really have some hopes. I have some high hopes for this one, and I feel like this is literally the movie that will bring. I'm calling this now. This will be the film that will actually bring Marvel back to promise. I feel it could easily be $1 billion hit, but we shall see. I mean, maybe it'll be MCU's worst film. Who knows? But yeah, I'm pretty sure this will bring it back to promise. But we'll see. But that is pretty much it. Now here is I'm gonna do just go ahead and do the quick rundown. Here number 100, Dear Santa. 99, Leo Stitch. 98, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey Chew. 97, Dogman. 96, The Actor. 95, War of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim. 94, The Book of Clarence. 93, Borderlands. 92, His Three Daughters. 91, Sacramento. 90, The Wolfman. 89, The Instigators. 88, The Roadhouse. 87, The Life of Chuck. 86, Blitz. 85, A Different Man. 84, The Gorge. 83, The Stranger's Trilogy. 82, Lisa Frankenstein. 81, The Shrouds. 80, The Front Room. 79, The Toxic Avenger. 78, Spellbound. 77, We Live in Time. 76, Here. 75, Baby Girl. 74, Love Lies Bleeding. 73, The Greatest Hits. 72, The Karate Kid. 71, Red One. 70, Bob Marley, One Love. 69, Freaky. 68, The Mystery of Ungentlemanly Warfare. 67, Despicable Me 4. 66, Orion in the Dark. 65, The Home. 64, Unfrosted. 63, Nightbee. 62, Was. 61, Apex. 60, Smile 2. 59, Y2K. 58, The Collaboration. 57, Venom 3. 56, Echo Valley. 55, The Piano Lesson. 54, Death of a Unicorn. 53, Trap. 52, The Watchers. 51, Saw 11. Number 50 is Project Artemis. 49, Gladiator 2. 48, Ballerina. 47, Challengers. 46, Transformers 1. 45, Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. 44, The Garfield Movie. 43, Twisters. 42, Fixed. 41, Ricky Sneaky. 40, The Electric State. 39, Kung Fu Panda 4. 38, The Fall Guy. 37, Back to Black. 36, Alien Romulus. 35, On the Bike Riders. 34, Kind of Kindness. 33, Untitled Radio Silence Monster Movie. 32, Woman of the Hour. 31, Alto Nights. 30, If. 29, A Quiet Place Day 1. 28, Wizards. 27, Ghostbusters. 26, Argyle. 25, Cuckoo. 24, Sonic 3. 23, Bad Boys on 4. 22, Mickey 17. 21, Shirley. 20, Mean Girls. 19, Inside Out 2. 18, Mufasa the Lion King. 17, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. 16, Spaceman. 15, Drive Away Dolls. 14, Juror Number 2. 13, Hitman. 12, Anora. 11, Terrified 3. 10, Furiosa. 9, Nosferatu. 8, Godzilla X Kong. 7, Beetlejuice 2. 6, Maxine. 5, Dune Part 2. 4, Megapolis. 3, Joker 2. 2, Wicked Part 1. And number 1 is Deadpool 3. Let me go and leave it to you guys. What are some of your anticipated films of next year? Comment below. You don't have to do a whole top 100. You could just do 10 if you guys want to. Are there any ones that I did not have on my list you're excited for? What film you think could, I don't know, maybe be the next Billion Dollar hit? What film you think could be a hit next year? What are some of your anticipated films to look forward to? And coming next month, I'm gonna do some other videos as well about next year. But drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Samuel signing out.